Hello, it's Emma here. I'm a personal trainer, health coach, yoga teacher, and Reiki master, and I'm on a mission to help women really get into exercise from a holistic perspective, from that body, mind, and spirit perspective, and to understand that our spiritual practices are totally related to our exercise practices and vice versa. And so, in today's video, I really wanted to show you how to look after your body during the waning moon, but not just your body, but your body, mind, and spirit as well. So why do I keep talking about moon phases? And if you haven't seen them before, I've got a couple of other videos about moon phases. One is why I love to use it to help me track different areas of my life and plan different areas of my life, and also how I use the new moon to create my fitness goals and how that helps them to actually manifest and come true. And in this video, I really wanted to talk about the waning moon. So the reason I talk about the moon a lot is that the moon cycles have been around for as long as, the world's been around. And I think sometimes we have lost track of these ancient practices or ancient rituals that have been around. And that can be part of the reason why we feel so stressed all the time, because we're sort of denying ourselves access to the things that our ancestors were using to help them plan and prepare themselves and take care of themselves and all those kind of things. So in the ancient times, or even not even that ancient, before electricity, the moon cycles would make a really big difference to how active people were, how much socializing they were doing. When there was the full moon, they were more likely to go out at night and party and have more time around people. And when it was the new moon, they were more likely to stay inside and reflect and look after themselves. And also, women used to have menstrual cycles that pretty much followed the moons. And so when we sort of stop paying attention to things like the moon cycles, we're denying ourselves access to those ebbs and flows in life, and we sort of stop looking at the cycles of life. And particularly when you've passed menstruation phase, like I am, we still have cycles in our lives, but we don't have our period to show us that as well. So when we follow the moon cycles, we're able to sort of notice when we've got more energy and when we don't have more energy. We are given opportunities to check in with our goals and our desires on a monthly basis. And we're able to really know and show ourselves that we are deserving of self-care. We are deserving of being looked after, and we can plan it in, and we can put it into our diaries basically based on the moon cycle. And that's why I love this so much when it comes to fitness, when it comes to our mental health and our spiritual health as well. So what's happening during the waning moon? Basically, that means that the moon is starting to become smaller in the sky. And it's not really, the moon's always the same size, but there's less and less sunlight showing on the moon, which means that we don't see as much of the moon in the sky. And over time, the waning moon phase is about 2 weeks. And over this time, the moon is slowly getting smaller and smaller in the sky. And so you can tell from that this is a time when we start to go more and more inward, and we start to reduce the amount of energy we're using, and we start to really go into that surrender and reflection phase of the month. So around this time of the month, and as I record this, it is the sort of waning moon phase, we start to probably want to go out a little bit less, and we want to go inward a little bit more, and we start to perhaps feel called to do things like journaling and meditation and other practices that allow us to go inward. And it can be a really great time to just sort of check in with what you really want in life. Too often we're at this high level of do, be, always having to achieve. And we don't stop for a moment and say, is this actually what I really want still? Is this still really important to me? So again, using the moon phases and looking at the waning moon phase every single month gives us an opportunity to just check in and go, is this actually what I still want? Is this still important to me? And that's how it can be so helpful for our mental health. It gives us that opportunity to sort of to really check in with our values again and make sure that our actions and our goals are really aligned with our values and what's important to us. So the waning moon is a low energy phase, and it really is that time to go inward. And so it's a time to sort of become an observer of your own life. As I sort of mentioned, look at what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. Is this what you really want? Does this still feel good to you? And also take the time out to acknowledge and honor your accomplishments. Again, too often we go full bore trying to get everything done, and we don't take a moment to say, look how awesome I am. I'm so proud of you. Look at everything you've done. So that's what the waning moon phase is all about, is giving yourself that opportunity to become the observer, honor your accomplishments, and take time out for you. So when it comes to your body during the waning moon phase, I would highly recommend more gentler practices. So things like a gentle yoga practice, perhaps getting out and just having a few walks. And sometimes if you still want to go to the gym, it could be a great time for solitary gym practices rather than big group fitness, like full on energy kind of practices, because we can feel like, especially if you're quite empathic like I am, and you're a highly sensitive person like I am, you can feel all that energy from everybody else, and you can actually walk away from that class feeling way more exhausted than you should. So this can be that great time to do your solo practices, or go to the gym and just use the machines and maybe put some headphones in and just really look after yourself. So this is the time of the month to be less active and more nurturing when it comes to your fitness and body routines. When it comes to your mind, really think about planning the month so that you don't have too many social activities, especially towards the end of the waning moon phase. As I said, it goes for almost 2 weeks. But as we're getting closer to the new moon, spend more time in that kind of staying at home, nurturing in, bunkering in at home kind of stuff. And it can be a great time for journaling and for meditation and for really, checking in with yourself and being quiet and taking time out for you. And looking after your spirit during the waning moon phase. I mean, the two things I've talked about from body and mind will help your spirit. So don't go too full on with lots of people and lots of energy in your fitness goals. Try not to be too full on when it comes to socializing, and do more inwardly looking after yourself kind of self-care like meditation and journaling. Both of those things are going to help the spirit. But also it's a great time to start to look at your new moon intentions if you've set some, and I'll link to the video that I talk about those as well. But even if you don't have new moon intentions, then to look at your own goals. What are your life goals? What are your desires? What are your dreams? And just start to check in with those. Are you close to those? Do they still ring true for you? Do they really line up with your values? Do you feel aligned to those things? And if not, you can start to prepare towards the new moon to create new goals, new desires, new aspirations, because you're not stuck in stone. You're able to change things at any given time. So if you'd like to delve into the moon phases a little bit more and look at how you can look after your body, mind, and spirit using the moon phases, I'd love to invite you to my Moon Phases workout program. It really is a holistic self-care program that helps you choose workouts that suit your body at the different phases of the moon, but also be supported by a community of women who are looking at their new moon intentions every month, supporting themselves during the full moon every month and during the waning moon, and really get access to me as a coach during those times and really set your goals, your intentions, your desires, your wishes, and make them become really aligned to who you truly are, and give yourself that monthly opportunity to practice self-care in a really nurturing, loving way that's supported by this beautiful energy of the moon that we always have. So that's available to you. There's a link in relation to this video, and I would love you to come and join me in the Moon Phases program. And thanks a lot for watching, and I look forward to speaking to you next time.